at you all the way from our dorm rooms to your conference rooms. Sabah and Dan team in here, two college students who are ready to talk to you guys about business and lifestyle from our personal experiences.
Each week we'll discuss about our lifestyle as college students as well as our tips and strategies starting in the business field. We'll bring on successful entrepreneurs in the millennial generation to share with us their journey and how they got started and where they're at now.
Our goal is to help you students, millennials, and entrepreneurs gain inspirational advice by our spontaneous conversations and meaningful guidance. Let's dive on in.
What is up? What is up? It's episode 45 here at Dorm Rooms to Conference Rooms, and we're talking about something that pretty much all college students complain about. And to get us going, guys, Sabah, how are you?
I am doing pretty well, but this topic is something that I know every college student encounters in some point in their life when they are in college. So let's get started, Dan.
Yeah, guys, we're talking about being the broke college kids. And that's something that every college student complains about. But really, if you're broke, guys, that's your own fault. And you really need to start, getting after it. I'm going to be honest. That is your own fault. And to get us started here, I have a quote by Bill Gates. If you are born poor, it is not your fault. If you die poor, it is your fault. So guys, basically, I was born into what we consider a middle-class family. I never had too little, never had too much. And basically, I kind of always had to work for my money. I started working when I was 14, 15 years old, working with my grandpa, just washing windows and stuff like that for his window cleaning company. And from there, I kind of started to get the essence of what a dollar means. I started to work really hard for my money. Yeah, my grandpa paid me well, but, my mom wasn't really ever able to give me money or help me out in that way because she had to pay the bills. I have an older brother too, and she wanted to help him while he was in college, and she had to pay my high school tuition bill and things like that. So really, I'm not going to say I was ever, this poor kid or anything like that. But I started to learn early on what it meant to really work for your money. But let's get us going here, Sabah. Sabah, tell us about a time that you heard, a college student being broke.
So I think the main thing that a lot of college students do in order for them to be broke is they don't know how to really spend their money wisely. So I know almost all of my friends, they have part-time jobs during college that they do in order to get that money, but it's about how they utilize and spend that, because you can get your paycheck on a Friday and then you can go out and literally spend it all within a day or two. And then the rest of the week or 2 weeks, they're like, oh yeah, I'm broke, I can't do anything. So it's more about how you spend your money versus about you actually getting money. So I know in my book, I dedicate a whole chapter in investing in yourself and how do you really utilize your money in order to do so. I know a lot of people, they really want to do these type of courses. I know for this podcast, we had to buy a mic, which was somewhat kind of expensive if you are in college. So it's more about how you utilize your funds, because you can go out every single day. You can spend easily up to $20. But if you did save that, you could really spend that in order to go. If you like to travel, you can go to a trip. You can spend it on a course, spend on something that can really help yourself. I know, I was that person when I was a freshman. I would just, spend my money on shopping. I'm a shopaholic. I love to shop, but now I really, concentrate on things that really will help me versus, more, tangible things that you can just buy and, really just break or do whatever with it,
Yeah, guys. I mean, they always say, if you buy the things you don't need, you'll have to start selling the things you need. And basically, you have to be you have to be smart with your money. And more money does not mean that you'll have less problems, guys. When there's more money involved, it goes down to your spending habits, because then you think you could spend more and things like that. And if you think you're broke now, wait till your student loans kick in, and then you have that, $40,000 entry-level job. And that's kind of what Sabah and I while we're in college, where we figured out the game of entrepreneurship. So now we spend our money only on things that truly matter. We spend our money to, for hosting our podcast, hosting our websites, things like that. Things that really, are going to pay off at the end. And guys need to read a book by Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, because I'm such an advocate of not buying a house and living in it now because of what he had to say. I mean, I talk about all the time, how if I buy a house, I'm just going to rent it out and things like that. And I don't actually ever want to buy my own house and live in it. But that's a story for another day, I guess. But guys, you need to start worrying about what you spend, how you spend it. I mean, think about it, guys. If you buy a case of beer on the weekend, $20, let's say it is, and you do that every single weekend of the month, that's $80 right there. Then you go to the bar every weekend and spend another $20 on a Saturday. That's another $80. It's $160, guys. That $160 over a matter of time is a down payment, on a payment on your loans, on a payment on something that you could utilize that will really benefit you. Like, I don't waste my money buying clothes anymore. I waste my money, or not even waste, I would say. I utilize my money to buy courses to learn new things. I recently bought a course for $100 on affiliate marketing. People would be like, you spent $100 on that. I'm like, yeah, but this is going to I'm going to get 10x back on it because now I'm going to learn the game of affiliate marketing better by someone I truly believe in. And guys, like, just knowing you got to spend your money that way in order to get money back. That's the main thing. I mean, there's so many times now that there's ways to make money in college. Sabah, what is one way that you think of in order to make money in college?
So I know in college you can do like a lot of small things to make money. So I know one of our previous guests, I can't remember exactly who it was, but he did like a textbook business. So he sold like his other textbooks to other people who needed it, and then that's just like such an easy way to make money. I know a lot of people, they do stuff like affiliate marketing, like if they have like a really big Instagram following or stuff like that. But I know this quote that I really like is, being broke is a temporary situation, but being poor is a state of mind. So I know a lot of people, they're broke, they don't have a job, and they just like moan and bitch about it, but it's like they don't really do anything in order to get money. And I know especially even on college entrepreneurs, they can be broke also. Like right now, I don't have like the most money right now, but it's also about like you can still have like a part-time job and learn from that job, as well as like still work on your business on the side. So Michael Donley, who spoke at YEC, she told me this about how like you can still work a job while you are in college and still work on yourself and doing entrepreneurial stuff, because how are you going to finance your life if you don't have any money, because it's like, it's one thing about like working on your business and trying to build that, but if you're not getting any revenue within like months and months, like how are you going to even live,
Yeah, I mean, what I talked about in actually one of my blog posts that you guys can find at danielteeman.com, I found it, I thought of 4 different ways to make money while in college. I talked about blogging, I talked about drop shipping, I talked about affiliate marketing and like podcasting and things like that. Like, guys, there's so many different ways that you can make money in college. You just, you do a blog, run traffic to the blog, and then run an ad for something, and then you make affiliate marketing money that way. You could do joint ventures. You could do so many different things if you think about it online to make money that it's crazy. You could do I think Gary Vee has a challenge, like a $20,000 challenge or something like that, where you sell like your extra stuff that you don't use anymore to make, more money. And he says there's about $20,000 worth of stuff laying around your house that you could sell that you don't use. Like, think about that, guys. That's $20,000 extra dollars that anybody in this country could use. If no one's going to say no to an extra 20 grand.
Yeah, for sure. And you shouldn't also just save money to save money. You should save money to really invest in like stocks or invest in yourself. I know for myself, like I like to save money just so I can, put it into my business later on. A lot of people, they just save money just like for the hell of it, just to then go spend it on like buying a nice car, or like, I mean, if you go on a trip, that's fine, but they spend it on like a lot of tangible stuff that you really can't do like a lot with. And I know this other quote that I really like is, fill your life with adventures, not things, and have stories to tell, not stuff to show, because it's also a lot about like the experience you get out of it. I know myself, it was back in January, it was December and January. So in December, or in the beginning of January, Dan and we took a trip to Orlando to work with Brandon on a few projects. And then I know a couple weeks later, I went back to Orlando for our premiere with Brandon. And I was really hesitant in going to do that just because, I had to pay for the I had to pay for the plane ticket and just like all the other expenses I had, but it was more about like the value I saw in that event rather than like the money. So I know also a lot of the times, like if you do see value in like an experience or event that you really have to go to, I mean, take that money and like spend it on that, because like odds are you are going to make that money back, whether it is through your business or like through a job that you are working. So it's also about like delegating which things that you want to spend your money towards, because I mean, if you did go out those couple of nights, went to go drink with your friends, and then you have this really great event you want to go to, you can't go to it because you don't have any money. But if you do have some saved, you can really invest it in like a plane ticket or something like that.
Guys, you really have to learn how to spend your money wisely. I mean, you could get John Lee Dumas, who paid 10 grand for a mentor, and now he makes 100 grand a month. That's using his money wisely to really find the mentor he needed to get ahead in his business. So guys, definitely spend your money on courses and things like that. Reach out to the people who created the courses and use that as a connecting tool. So guys, that's all we have today. You can find us at dr2cr.com. And Sabah, what are some final words?
Definitely save your money, guys, for things that really do matter in the future. Definitely don't just like go out and waste your money every day on like drinking, going out to bars, but just utilize your money well. But that's all we have today on Dorm Rooms to Conference Rooms.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Dorm Rooms and Conference Rooms. Don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you haven't joined our accelerator program yet, you can find that at livetogrind.com/college, where we connect you with today's latest influencers and experts in their fields.